So, uh, the other day I built out a platform from here over the ocean, waited for a zombie to spawn because I needed a zombie, and I lured it inside this house. And then the zombie took a ride in the minecart. And this is the first time that I actually made use of this minecart rail, like for something other than just, oh, I'm gonna take a ride because I built this tunnel, so let's use it. I actually used it for something. I needed to get the zombie. Oh, come on! Okay, well, that didn't go so well. Maybe I can... I was not fast enough to get inside the cart, so let's see if I can get on the way. Let's go. All right. So this is going down the spiral. So the zombie's taking a ride all the way through here. And he lands. Well, the mine track was going a bit further there, but I needed a zombie because I remodeled my villager trading hall. So it used to be just this part here, this side and this side there, these two rooms. But you can see now I have added two more rooms. There was the pink red room and the green one. Now there is a blue one and a yellow one. And I had, I think, about 12, maybe 14 villagers here. I don't remember. Now I have more. I have 32. There are 8 in each of these rooms. And I needed a zombie, obviously, to zombify all the villagers and cure them, and that took a while because I did it room by room because there is no space, not enough space here to put 32 villagers into boats separately so they could be safely cured from zombie back to villagers. So I did it, section by section. And it took a while to get all the villagers, to get all the villagers to spawn so I could and get their trades locked in. But I have it. So I have armorers and fletchers. So, I have this bamboo farm which produces a lot of sticks, so I can trade sticks for emeralds. Armorers, toolsmiths, and weaponsmiths all trade emerald for coal. And I have a bunch of coal. I haven't actually been trading coal because of farmers. Here I have toolsmiths and weaponsmiths, and this guy for some reason just will not pick a bed that is available. I don't know why. He's locked onto some other bed. He just will not do it. Oh, he might... Why all the carpet? Because I don't want golems spawning here. And also slimes. Golems and slimes. Originally this was spawn-proofing against slimes, but turns out there are enough villagers here now that the golems spawn. So, coal and, also weaponsmiths, toolsmiths, and armors. I can buy diamonds gear. Well, not from this guy, but, when they level up, I can buy diamond gear very cheaply because they were all zombified and cured. This is where I stole the emeralds. I've been building my stash back up. Here I have cartographers and librarians because paper and glass. I have that sugarcane farm that's got pretty good output, and I have a bunch of paper to trade. So here, yeah, golems, they must have spawned like on these blocks here, I'm guessing, and they're just hanging out over there now. But, you know, cool. Every once in a while, I might just kill them to get some extra iron, whatever. This guy, another one that just will not pick a bed. Like, it's right there, dude. Like, just come here to sleep. But no, of course not. So I have stonemasons. Actually, I think they're just called masons now. Oh, stone maston. Okay. Did I make the same mistake everywhere? Mason, mason, maston. Okay. So stone mastons, and I trade stone and diorite and andesite, not diorite, andesite and granite for emeralds, but chiefly I use farmers and melons and pumpkins, and that they're after curing, after zombification and curing, they exchange. The exchange rate is 1-to-1. So given that the output of my melon pumpkin farm is enough to just outpace whatever stuff I sell, basically I can get a lot of emeralds with just this farm, with just the farmers. I also like having stonemasons because, like, thanks to stonemasons, I can stock up on brick blocks, bricks, right, and quartz, which are two blocks that are kind of hard to grind, you know, because you need clay to make bricks, and you need to, you know, mine quartz in the nether, and instead I can just buy them. So I can stock up on these two particular block types using emeralds, which is very nice to have. Yeah, so the golems are there. I took, yeah, so you know, the villager hall is expanded, and you know, sugar and spice and everything nice. Just take that bed over there, my guy. Come on. But no. Um, so that's the big part of this video update. Villager hall is expanded. I don't think any of my librarians have a mending villager, so I still will be making trips to the trading village from time to time, which is elsewhere in the world, and there is a mending villager in that village over there. Yeah, I don't think I have a mending anywhere. I mean, I actually haven't checked these other librarians what books they sell, because I've just been selling them paper and stuff and glass. That's the last guy. Aspect for protection. No mending anyway. Here. So yeah. So that's the big change. More trading, more villagers, more emeralds, and some golems are hanging out here. And I don't want to let them through because here's the zombie. You can see he even kept the minecart that brought him here. Here's the zombie who helped me with this whole operation, and this is such a silly joke, but Dr. Disease. Yeah, we were a team. This was a team effort. The to lower the price of trades. This is Dr. Disease, and I was Dr. Cure in that team. What else has happened on First Island? Oh, well, hold on, I need to sleep. So what else has happened? I have remodeled the potions lab. I didn't exactly hate the shape of the building of the previous potions lab. I actually quite liked it. But the space inside wasn't very well arranged. And I decided to. Oh gosh, apologies. So I decided to rebuild it. I still wanted to kind of keep the same style of the build. So I used the same block palette and I kind of kept the shape close-ish to what it was before. But I think, it shows that I've progressed a bit as a builder, at least a bit. Um, and this is kind of, arranged better here inside. So I have, potions are in these barrels. Obviously, the space is kind of limited, and the most optimal setup for potions lab would be if I just had a bigger building. But I want to have it here on the island, and I kind of wanted to keep the dimensions of the building sort of the same. So yeah, it works. It works. Like if I hate this setup, 3 years from now, I'm gonna build a new potions lab. Oh, a thing I noticed, which is kind of fun, at least for me. It turns out that I had not updated this map in literally several years, because you can see this shows the mega build, right? But if you can see in the lower left corner, I can't speak English, it still shows the state of the mega build before I actually even finished removing all the water from within the main structure. So this still shows when the main excavation was only half done. There is no trace of the second castle on the you know on that landmass in the lower right. Yeah, so I thought that this was a cool enough detail that I had this map that shows the state of the world from literally what, like 2 or 3 years ago. Um, because that's, I think, when I made this map, when the mega build was abandoned. At that point, it was, the status of the mega build was abandoned. So I decided to lock it. You can see in the toolbar that it's yeah, there you go. It's locked. So I decided to keep it as a kind of a souvenir relic. I don't know, because I have another map. There's of course a map room in the mega build itself, and that map will update anytime I pick it up. So yeah, this my very first map room in this world actually, um, you know, came in handy there because it was a cool detail, and I thought it was worth preserving. So this here used to be kind of a greenhouse, right, where I had a farmer villager who was farming wheat, and it was basically my auto wheat farm. So why is this gone now and replaced with some kind of random decoration? Because, as it turns out, the mechanics of how villagers pick workstations on Bedrock are like not really intuitive. I thought they would just pathfind to the nearest available workstation, but these guys, like down, underground, far underground, pretty far, kept pathfinding to barrels for some reason and becoming fishermen, which I have no use for fishermen. For the fisherman profession right now, because I don't have any large supply of fish that I could trade away, and I just didn't want a fisherman villager profession in my trading hall. So I'm thinking, like, where the hell do they keep finding those barrels? And I actually removed all of the temporarily, they've been replaced, but I removed all of the barrels in the underground complex to make sure that they couldn't be detecting them across the distance, whatever. And it turns out that because this farmer villager up here, the game like apparently counted him as part of the same village as the villagers downstairs on the ground, and the villagers on Bedrock can Pathfind to can select any workstation that is within the range of any villager in the village, which means that there were barrels. Oh, what? Why is my game lagging? Holy hell! There were barrels like somewhere around. Oh, there's a barrel right there, right? You have barrels, and barrels are the workstations of fishermen, villagers. So because this farmer was up here in this greenhouse, which was right here, they kept finding those barrels here, apparently. And that was just incredibly frustrating. And when I realized this after looking up some stuff on the wiki, I killed the fisher. I could have probably just transport the farmer away far enough or something. I don't know. But it was just easier to, get rid of him. So I killed the guy. And then I was just, so kind of impatient to get all of my villagers with the correct trades, professions locked in, that I just decided not to replace the farmer up here, and I'm gonna build myself a new auto wheat farm with a couple of farmers in the mega build. I think it's gonna fit in the next part of the mega build that I build. So I decided to just, get rid of this greenhouse here, and the collection setup for it was like the minecart track underneath the building was like really wonky, wasn't really working that well. The minecart often just stopped running. It fix it from time to time. So all in all, I think it's a good decision to get rid of this and replace it with something else. Yeah, so that changed as well. And what else? Another quite substantial, maybe not in scale, but mechanically, let's say, change. You can see there's some redstone, which was not here before. So I set up an auto crafter, and now, and I set up. So I used to just transport the kelp that would collect here by hand to this chest over here, and then once the output chest would fill up with dried kelp, I would craft kelp blocks and put them away. So I decided to change a bunch of stuff. So now this chest is just never gonna be full because there is a line of hoppers. And why did I need this chest actually? Because I wanted to split the output, right? So there's one hopper right there running this side, and there's another hopper right here running the other side. So hoppers here go to this dropper. Behind there's a water elevator which puts the items to that height, and then they enter to this hopper, and then the hopper line runs here, and then it delivers the kelp to these two smokers, and the crafter spits out. There it goes. You can see, there you go, and they end up here. However, because I only have two smokers, and they smelt one kelp every 5 seconds, right? And you need 9 for one kelp block, so you need 18 for 2. And to craft to get 18 kelp, you need to go through, because there are two smokers, you need to craft, it needs to be 9 cycles, right? Because each cycle gives me 2, so that 9 times 2 is 8 kelp. So basically every 45 seconds I get 2 kelp blocks, yeah? And because the output of the kelp farm is apparently so much faster, it means that this system is just going to be apparently forever backed up with, like, these hoppers just going to be forever full of kelp. That's not even that big of a problem, because the rest of the kelp is going to go to the other side, to the bone mealer. And I also have another line running from here. So this splits the output from, so 1/2 of the output from the cactus farm goes into this chest, so that I will always have some cactus available if I need cactus for decoration, or if I want to make more green dye. And the other side, of course, brings them to the bone mealer, so that's gonna do its thing. I thought about also hooking up the output of the sugarcane farm to the bone miller, but that would like I would need to run a hopper line like underneath through there somehow, and also because technically you can craft two things from sugarcane. You can craft paper and you can craft sugar, right? I would like need to, I don't know, split the output from this chest, right, into just storing sugarcane, just in case I want, like, wanted to have some sugarcane, and then I will need to like part of the sugarcane be directed to the bone mealer, and then like split the sugarcane meant for crafting into paper and sugar through auto crafters, right? So it's like the redstone just like got so unwieldy, I think, that I didn't want to bother with it. So that's just gonna stay as it is, unless like maybe in the future I feel particularly bored and I want to, but I really feel the need to build some redstone. So I might do that in the future. But for now, I am satisfied with this, where the kelp is taken care of automatically, uh, and I just receive the output of these guys. And if I ever need like a raw kelp for whatever reason, I just take it from this chest. It's gonna be forever full, apparently. But also, I have another kelp farm in another base. I set up another kelp farm, so I can always just pop over there. Um, if I ever need a raw kelp in large quantities, which I don't imagine why I would, but So yeah, so there's some automation going on, and I'm glad it's working out. So kelp blocks. Yeah, I did the math correctly. Yeah, I get 2 kelp blocks every 45 seconds. Yeah. And the cactus is taken care of as well, and I'm getting bone meal because I had been using bone blocks in recent builds quite a bit, mostly in the science lab, right? In the reactor facility science lab, that thing that used a ton of bone blocks, and they are quite nice actually, for as a building block. So might want to have them in the future. So yeah, the first island updates. Villager trading hall revamped, this thing, and new potions lab. I just wanted to do something different from just building a big build, right? So I did a bunch of smaller projects. So yeah, the first island base is not like, it's never gonna be like fully done, finished. I'm always gonna be, you know, I'm always gonna be tinkering away at this, making improvements, making additions. Oh, by the way, there is potentially, I have ideas for future potential expansion of the underground section, because now that Y level 5 is no longer the bottom, because there isn't like bedrock underneath these slabs. I have poked a hole in the staircase down here. This has been here for quite some time actually, but I have not been here for quite some time. I actually did start to dig out some space around here. This was like, I don't know, a year ago, maybe even more. I've this is like for the moment on hiatus. Like basically nothing is happening here for now because I have the mega build. That's the big project that I'm focused on. But I do, you know, uh, do other things from time to time because just working on one thing all the time burns me out. So I, sometimes poke my nose into other things. Um, and I do like building in the ground. It's just, I don't know, it's just the thing I like. So yeah, next, let's take a look at the project board. Um, so what's the next thing? I think the next thing I will do is get started on the botanic garden part of the mega build, where I'm gonna have all the plants displayed in place for tree farming. And after that, I think I'm gonna have to just, get it done. There's this failed mob farm above the. I put it on there it is. I don't think I actually ever shown it up close, so might as well. I mean, it is like pretty, but it doesn't work. So let me show you what I'm going to demolish, because I don't want that thing to just hang in the sky and not do anything. So I will demolish it, but because I used a lot of different blocks that I don't want to lose, I want to recover them. I'm gonna have to build a big platform underneath the mob farm before I commence demolition, so that no blocks are lost in the ocean, because the mob farm, what was supposed to be the mob farm, is above the ocean. Maybe you can see it from here. No. Uh, let's use the elevator. Okay. Here it is. So like I used a lot of different blocks. I wanted to make it like pretty and cool and like colorful and like look at what I did all this. And it just doesn't work. Like bedrock mechanics, you know? Like okay. Uh let's try this again. Ah, that's gonna hurt. Ow. Yeah. So it was supposed to be, spawning stuff. I would AFK here and then it was supposed to like it does it's like spawn something like once in a blue moon, but this is pretty much the total output of this farm the whole time it's existed, and it's been here like an inert from like a while. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty, but it doesn't work. And the mob farm in the Big Dig has already proved that it's working, even though there's plenty of spawnable spaces there that's not like spawn proofed and stuff. Yeah, it does technically spawn stuff sometimes, but the spawn rate is so slow that is just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I am going to demolish this thing. And like I said, I'm going to have to build a platform underneath that's big enough to catch all the blocks. So that's going to be a bit of a headache, because I don't know, like, look at all these different colorful blocks. They're nice, they're cool, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could just leave it. I could just leave it, because it is a pretty build. It just doesn't work. I don't know. So now I'm kind of changing my mind on demolishing it. I don't know. At this, maybe I can repurpose it to be a different build. I have no idea at this point. However, while it exists, it may continue to exist, or it may not. While it exists, it does make for a pretty cool vantage point to see, you know, mega build and. Oh yeah, there's a thing I'm gonna do with the castle. There's a thing I'm gonna do. That's like future plans. Yeah, third castle is still not finished. As you can see, I have not touched it since the previous update on that. But what's going to happen? I decided, because I just ended up building this third castle, right, so close to the second castle, I thought, I'm gonna get rid of the gatehouse, this gatehouse here, built with the prismarine blocks, which I kind of hate anyway. It's ugly. I don't like it. I've decided I don't like it. So I'm going to demolish the gatehouse. And I may also like get rid of this gatehouse for the third castle, like this over here. Like I'm not that attached to it because it's like a very simple shape of these little towers. So I may just demolish both gatehouses and just combine the second and third castle into one big build, you know? So, not may combine, as in that's definitely going to happen, but exactly the nature of this connection between them is still yet to be decided. But yeah, I think what I'm just gonna do is demolish this gatehouse and this gatehouse and just, connect the wall this way. And I'm gonna create one big castle. So the whole thing is probably just gonna be called second castle. Yeah. This, like, I don't know. I may build like a wooden deck here and like build a harbor, area down here. I don't know. They're ideas. They're ideas. But yeah. So the third castle is not finished yet. You can see because the citadel or whatever this thing is going to be is just the shape, the basic shape is in, but nothing else. And the interior of this, like this has gotta go. Like these braziers, this floor, this has gotta go. This interior is nah as a proof of concept. Like I like the floor, but I need to do something else with this interior, and I probably need to get rid of this window. I just it does not work. I don't like it. So I'm probably just gonna make it like a wall, just a flat wall, like put in a window that's not so over-engineered because this window, like this style of window, does not fit this castle. Is That's what I was trying to say. Yes, it does not fit. Yeah, so that's the plan for the castle in the future. Oh, yeah, so like this area is kind of like turning into sort of a city-ish area, right? So I think I'm gonna keep it in kind of I wouldn't call it medieval, not so much, no. But let's say like fantasy, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this area in a fantasy style, I think. Yeah, so that's gonna work well. Wow, this is gonna be a big video. Wonder if anyone will actually watch the whole thing. If you do, uh, I don't know. Maybe let me know that you actually watched the whole thing. That'd be cool. So, I'm gonna have to think of a title for this that makes some sense. Thanks for watching.